is a lamp unto my feet, and a light unto my path. Thy word is a lamp unto my feet, and a light unto my path.
First reading. A reading from the book of Genesis, chapter 32, verses 23 to 33. In the course of the night, Jacob arose, took his 2 wives with the 2 maidservants and his 11 children, and crossed the ford of the Jabbok. After he had taken them across the stream and brought over all his possessions, Jacob was left there alone. Then some man wrestled with him until the break of dawn. When the man saw that he could not prevail over him, he struck Jacob's hip at its socket, so that the hip socket was wrenched as they wrestled. The man then said, "Let me go, for it is daybreak." But Jacob said, "I will not let you go until you bless me." The man asked, "What is your name?" He answered, "Jacob." Then the man said, "You shall no longer be spoken of as Jacob, but as Israel, because you have contended with divine and human beings and have prevailed." Jacob then asked him, "Do tell me your name, please." He answered, "Why should you want to know my name?" With that he bade him farewell. Jacob named the place Peniel, because I have seen God face to face, he said. Yet my life has been spared. At sunrise, as he left Peniel, Jacob limped along because of his hip. That is why to this day the children of Israel do not eat the sciatic muscle that is on the hip socket, inasmuch as Jacob's hip socket was struck at the sciatic muscle. The word of the Lord.
A reading from the Holy Gospel of St. Matthew, chapter 9, verses 32 to 38. A demoniac who could not speak was brought to Jesus, and when the demon was driven out, the mute man spoke. The crowds were amazed and said, "Nothing like this has ever been seen in Israel." But the Pharisees said, "He drives out demons by the prince of demons." Jesus went around to all the towns and villages, teaching in their synagogues, proclaiming the gospel of the kingdom, and curing every disease and illness. At the sight of the crowds, his heart was moved with pity for them, because they were troubled and abandoned, like sheep without a shepherd. Then he said to his disciples, "The harvest is abundant, but the laborers are few. So ask the master of the harvest to send out laborers for his harvest." This is the gospel of the Lord.
My dear brothers and sisters in Christ, my dear children, and my dear young people, today, Tuesday, 11th of July 2023, we are in the 14th week of the ordinary time of the liturgy. The Gospel is from Matthew chapter 9, verses 32 to 38. Today, the Church celebrates the feast of St. Benedict Abbot. St. Benedict of the 5th century. He is the father of the monasticism of Europe. In the Gospel, we encounter Jesus heals a man made dumb by evil spirit. The people are astonished by the miracle that Jesus has performed. He heals the dumb man, casting away the evil power and restoring back to him the power of speech. Now today, that is on one side. On the other side, Jesus has pity on the people, because Jesus sees the people having no one to guide them. They are seen like a people, helpless, and they are worried, and they are without a shepherd to guide them. Therefore, Jesus is asking us to pray. Pray to the Lord of the harvest to send down the workers for a better harvest, to work in the vineyard of the Lord. So, my dear friends, Jesus is the one who can restore back to us the power of speech and the healing to our life. At the same time, He is the one who is going to give us and to keep us together under His shepherdhood. He's asking us to pray, therefore, we will have the shepherds, the workers, in order to keep us all together as one flock, the flock that is led by Jesus Christ.